Welcome in, sim racing fans, to the racing capital of the world. Tonight we come at you live from the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're live for round, I believe, 19 here tonight of the Bump and Run Cup Series. Tonight it's all about speed. We got definitely some good strategy here tonight. We're gonna have to keep our eyeballs on 80 laps around this 2.5-mile rectangle of historic, as well as even got some historic heartbreak here as well. My name is Sean Stam. I got the one, the only Yamentator up here with me in the booth. Welcome in onto Stam Studio Network. Appreciate Google Earth for that drone shot. And Justin, welcome up here in the booth. Look at this upcoming schedule. Lots of fun tracks coming up.
Yeah, a lot of diversity coming to you. We're here at the Indy Oval. Go to the short track of Iowa, then you go to the road course that is Watkins Glen. Then we head to Richmond, and then you hit the big banks of Daytona. So a lot of fast action going to come up in the next couple weeks here with you at the Bump and Run Series. Hope you stay tuned. It's going to be fun all the way up to November 4th, leading in Phoenix in our championship race.
Might ask, that looks pretty similar to the real life NASCAR Cup schedule because, well, it pretty much is. It follows it just to a T, just under a little bit less laps on the race. As we take a look at our point standings before we cut live to our virtual track side, Kyla McCarthy, Justin Stees, Austin Mice, Chris Campbell, Robbie Bice, all up there rounding out the top 5 in the points. Brandon Moore, Tyler Massey, Tyler Myers, Tyler Show rounding out that 7th and 8th. Brian Huntley Jr., also Matthew Fitz starting to climb his way back up through the standings.
Yeah, Fitz had a rough couple of weeks here, making it up, starting to kind of make some hay back at it. So good for him. Everybody else still jucking and jiving, trying to run down Kyler McCarthy. But man, we come into Indy, such a historic place for racing. If you know the place, you know the race. Indy, such a synonymous place for, you got this race. If you're a big drag racing fan, Labor Day weekend, you got the U.S. Nationals, obviously the Indy 500, man, just such an iconic area, and glad to be here tonight, Sean.
Hey, I'm glad to be here too, Justin. Look at it. The track may look easy up there in the track map. Looks like one of your grandma's cookie cutters, you could say, but is everything but easy. Once again, 70% fuel tonight, 80 laps. It's going to be a strategy we're going to try to keep our eyeballs on. Real quick at the starting grid, we got Finnegan Myers up here on the pole, Charles Van Schwick, Austin Mice. Austin Mice continues to round us out up there, close up in the top standings, up in the points. Austin Mice rounding out our 3rd position. Oh, sorry, Justin, here you go.
Oh, there we go.
No, sorry, no, wrong one. Okay, well, anyways, we'll get this going off here. We got, just about half the lap to go here. Welcome in here once again, Stam Studio Network. We are 2 wide. Finnegan Myers, Charles Van Schwick out there up on the pole. Real quick, here is the starting grid. Apologies there.
And let's take a look. See, Finnegan Myers up front, Mr. Charles, the GOAT Racing. Make sure to check him out for all your diecast needs. Kyler McCarthy going to put a P3. Austin Mice looking for a great run here out of a tough race over last weekend, looking for a bounce back. Tyler Massey, also one of those guys looking for a bounce back in P6. Brandon Moore in 6th. Brian Huntley Jr. 7th. Robbie Bice and 8th. Cameron Smith, a new name to us here in the Bump and Run Series in P9. And Xavier Salgado 10th. Matthew Fitz 11th. Willie B. Roberts in the 12 hole.
That's only half the starting grid. We got 24 drivers out here tonight. Fans, you know what time it is. Get up, stand up for your life. Don't give up the fight. Green flag is out here at Indy.
We go nose to tail. Is Finnegan going to come over, cut off the momentum for Charles, going to leave the door open for McCarthy. Down through turn 1, they're going to go off. A little short shoot as you go off into turn 2, and Finnegan where they run and a half. Right there as he's creeping away from the front of the pack as they'll come down the backstretch.
We're going to start to see some single file pretty on here, but right now these drivers continue to fight for his positions. Got Robbie Bice, Cameron Smith, and that number Napa 9 Chevrolet Camaro. He's in kind of the preferred racing line here, but Robbie Bice trying to search. Matter of fact, Bice back up to the 8th position. Ross Chastain inspired paint scheme. Xavier Salgado, Matthew Fitz continuing to go at it. That's for 10th and 11th. Now we start to see the single file.
Now you'll start seeing everybody kind of single file it out. Try to maybe get a little bump draft, maybe a little help from behind it. See if maybe you can make it so as Brandon Moore going to kind of fall back there. Robbie Bice going to look to the inside. Now, Sean, this place, I mean, you mess up one time here. We've seen it qualifying with Denny Hamlin here over the weekend. You put one of them walls just wrong, you're going to end up in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, he had the greatest start to a qualifying lap I had seen there from the Indy Oval. And you saw it, I believe it there was out of turn number 2 coming along toward the back straightaway. That thing went around on him in a hurry. I was glad he was okay because that Toyota Camry took a lick. Did not keep on ticking. Fortunately, they had to obviously go to a backup car here. But Finnegan, Myers, and Kyler McCarthy, Charles Van Schwick, right now they're saying, hey, that's Denny's problem. Finnegan Myers continues to lead here out tonight. How about Willie V. Roberts again looking side by side, able to use the momentum down that back straightaway, able to take that 14th spot away from Travis Farmer.
And you'll see guys start making some moves. Going to have to start trying to get it wound up here. Now, pit window going to come up a little sooner than what you expect. I expect maybe everybody... I'd see maybe this race going 3 pit stops. I think the 2 is going to be kind of stretching it, so I think 3 will be kind of the comfort zone. I'll make this guy get eaten up here at this race tonight.
Whizzing by the cameras, and we're probably pushing 190, 95, possibly even 200 miles an hour. Real quick, we got a shout out to Tyler Massey Machine, Harvest. Also got Sam Studio Network all over that Ford Mustang. He is one of the members here within the Stam Studio Network YouTube channel. Tyler Massey, we greatly appreciate that here behind the scenes. That's what keeps us going here. Tyler Massey, speaking of keeps going, he's continuing to run right where he started this race in the 5th spot. Only 4 laps down, 80 feet tonight from Indy. Oh!
Moving by the camera. Ooh, we got some jucking and jiving back there. Somebody trying to fight the ball.
I thought so for a sec, but they slotted right back into place. Brian Huntley Jr. right there behind Tyler Massey.
Somebody back there trying to give the old Mike Tyson 1-2. You know what Mike Tyson's greatest fight is, Sean?
Uh-oh.
The letter S.
No.
That's his greatest battle.
Well,
sorry, I've seen that.
As soon as you mentioned the old Tyson Ogie, we started to look 3 wide. I think they settled it back to 2. They got scared. Matthew Fitz, I don't think he's scared to get his ear bit off there. Fitz was trying to find a little bit of something around that outside line.
Yeah, now, Sean, what would you say the preferred line here? Me personally, I say you got to stick it to the inside. That's got to be your preferred line. You maybe can run that high side through one set of corners. Too terribly long, as that tire will start eating up to you quick.
Is this the first time we are on the same? No, I'm just kidding. This is probably the 1000th time we're on the same boat on strategy. For once, no, I'm just kidding. I'm right there with you, Justin. That bottom line, I think, is going to be the way to go. Save some tire, save some fuel. Speaking of save some fuel, oh, we got one going around in the back. Is that Stan Mayberry? Does he keep it locked down? He does. Doesn't go into the pit lane. Number 43 machine. Oh, there's the caution.
I miss maybe sitting on the porch drinking. I'm sorry, I'm just a human jukebox at this point.
You got me beat on that one.
You don't know some Rascal Flats?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I should. Uh-oh.
Somebody get this man a Shazam out quick so that I can help him identify some music. Oh my golly, man.
All right. I take that one back. I take it back. Here's a look at the replay as oh, that wasn't even his fault.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Sorry, we'll take another look at it here. Like you said, wrong place, wrong time. We'll slow and woe it down. I think that is Cornelius Brown, number 98, who gets a little too wide there, going to tag the wall. And then, yep, there goes the 43, Stan Mayberry, down around as well.
Let's see, yep. Somebody cue up the music. I fought the wall and the wall won.
Who was that again? That's that? I forget.
Rascal. Wait. Hang on. Which one talking about?
No, Rascal.
No Rascal, no Flats. Which song we talking about?
Fighting the law, or really the wall, I guess, would be talking about. Anyway.
Oh, that is. I don't remember. I want to say
like the Clash, maybe. I don't know.
The Clash did sing it. Yes, I do know that.
Oh. Okay.
But who's the original of the other? I don't know.
Alrighty. Well, real quick, I do apologize if the stream is a little choppy. I'm trying to keep an eyeball on it here, but let me know if the audio as well as just everything is looking a-okay down there below, as we are under our first caution. Justin, cautions are kind of rare here within the Bump and Run Cup Series. We really tend to see strategy calls continue to have a factor, but right now, at least, these drivers are going to be able to stretch it at least a couple more laps.
Yeah, you're going to see everybody. Is everybody going to duck in? Yeah, Here we go. Everybody going to hit pit road here. I think to try to get maybe a fuel number, see kind of where you're going to go at.
Top three are staying out. Finnegan Myers, Charles Van Schwick, Tyler Massey all staying out.
Yeah, everybody going to kind of come out there and they're going to hang out, see where their car's at. I don't hate to call. I think maybe just a little bit of strategy play here. Stretch it just a little bit more than them other guys, but I think when it comes down to it, track position is going to be key here tonight.
Also have a couple other drivers staying out with that top three. Daniel Higgins chooses to stay out. Willie B. Roberts, so does Travis Farmer. That looked like a lot of just splash and dashes there, Justin. Too fast for 4-tire pit stops unless you're a little bit deeper in the pack. We'll check the timing and scorings here in just a bit, but so far it looks like Kyler McCarthy's going to lead him off of pit road. He's going to have Austin Meist right there behind him, Brandon Moore, Brian Huntley Jr. Remember, talking back about those points earlier on in the race, that's kind of our front runners there will now be starting 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
A lot of front runners going to come to where they belong in the front, but I think we'll see a lot more different strategies get played into as this race goes on. Be interesting to see if maybe somebody ducks off. I don't think we'll see a whole lot of green flag pit stops this early on, but as this race progresses on, as the cautions come out a little bit, I wouldn't be scared to maybe venture off, maybe mix it up, be the one that stands out, and maybe tries to make a little difference happen towards the end of the race. Maybe you'll be the last one standing if we get a late race caution.
Saw a little bit of strategy there in the Brickyard 400 come to wraps there. Congratulations, the old bubbly, an old 23 coming away with victory. That was pretty cool to watch. They're making history as we speak. Real quick, before we get back to green flags, though, I appreciate everybody joining the YouTube stream here tonight, as well as the drivers putting on a show. Sponsors and affiliates that are cycling out and around in the top right of your screen, as well as the league owners, lots of them out here on track tonight. Brian Huntley Jr., he runs in the 10th spot. Tyler Myers right now in Toyota Camry running in 15th. Right now our biggest mover here tonight, gaining 7 spots. Looks like Josh Small is down in 22nd, making his way down into the pit lane, and I mean, that's... I believe all of them here on the track tonight, but take a look at Justin Steves. Once again, this is a driver within the top 3 within our points. Justin Steves making a little late call here tonight, gonna drive it down into pit lane, get it smacked full with Sunoco race fuel.
That thing's gonna be topped off. He's gonna get 20 on pump 5, get him a nice ice cold Coca-Cola, and roll it back out on the racetrack. Maybe a pack of I'm just kidding. But Steve's buddy, gotta go straight. Don't go back. Gotta enter your pit box. Let's keep it rolling. Can you imagine just? I wonder if anybody's accidentally just tried to pit in the wrong spot, and I was like, "You idiot!"
I hadn't seen that in the official races this week, Justin, but you know what I had seen as we were on board with the old Steves. I did see a driver or two actually take the road course as the pit exit there, and then they ended up complete wrong portion of the track. I think, matter of fact, it may have even gotten disqualified or at least black flagged. That said, thank you very much. That was a spot or two for a track here that I think is a little tough to pass on with this dirty air.
Yeah, you can really get some air packed up into it, and you can go for a spin quick, fast, in a hurry. Or you can get right hooked. Austin Hill. Did I say it? Who said that? Who said that out loud?
Mr. Race Suspension now no longer at Iowa is the Austin Hill machine. Real quick, Justin, before we get started, Third Musketeer is asking how we are doing here tonight. More importantly, how you are doing as we take the green flag once again.
I'm doing good, hanging there like a hair of a biscuit, baby.
I'm right there with you, hanging in there. Green flag is out once again from Indy. The Bump and Run Cup Series. I expect a little bit longer of a green flag run this time by Finnegan Myers leads us off into turn one. So far uses that inside line as a little bit of a short shoot. Down into the race lead, here comes Kylan McCarthy, also using that inside line. He's got Daniel Higgins, older tires on that outside jockey Chevrolet Camaro.
Yeah, they're going to battle it back and forth. Here comes McCarthy. He is looking to get to the front. Fresh tires galore out there. It's Myers, Van Schieck, and Massey still pulling away from here, but we're going to get some side-by-side action back here in the field. I believe maybe, you know, all it takes, man, is somebody bouncing off the wall, somebody coming up a little bit too wrong. We're going to have a massive pile-up. But for now, everybody's going to take it easy and just try to work their way around this big old rectangle.
Travis Farmer with he's flirting with that outside wall like it is somebody he knew long ago. Here comes Brian Huntley Jr., Shane Van Gisbergen paint scheme back up to P9. Golly, it looks like Xavier Salgado struggling a little bit right now in that Busch Light Lime paint scheme.
Still want a Busch Light Lime if I can find one. If it's anything like an apple, oh boy. Busch Light apple?
I mean, the adult apple juice, you could call it. Cool boy, that'll sneak up on you.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there. Good stuff, good stuff. Obviously, you can't go wrong with my PBR. I want everybody to know, what in the world's Kyler doing down there?
He's
Kyler,
breaking the draft, Justin. Come on, boy.
You got to block the draft. I had to block the draft. Here comes Willie B. Going to follow him right on down through there. Turn one. Interesting place. You carry so much speed. You go down to them front stretches. You go off into the corner, like you said, Sean, 190. Almost maybe more. So you dive it all through there, man. It takes one little bump or a bad spin. Boy, you could be toast for the rest of the night.
Well, let's hop on board here, the Willie B. Roberts machine, as he's got Daniel Higgins in his rear view mirror, Kylan McCarthy up out front. You try to put as much clean air as you can here on at least one of your headlights. That's going to give you that much more grip throughout the turns. But take a look at the difference here between turns 1 and 2. You come down this long straightaway. Look at the bottom right of your screen. 190, pushing 200 here. A little bit of a little check up here. Going to send it back there down into fourth. Drop of 50 miles per hour. Then take a look at this. We're going to stay here in fourth gear. Try to keep this momentum up, working out here as we head our way down another long straightaway.
Just kind of can make yourself a sandwich, maybe kick back, watch Happy Gilmore too when they go down the front stretch or the back stretch here. Oh, somebody's off the pace. I believe that's Mayberry. Everybody say it with me. I miss Mayberry. So
he fought the. Sorry, I almost thought the wall. He fought the wall. That's what he did.
Yeah, he fought the ball and the ball won. There comes Willie B. Kyler McCarthy going to get it off too. Finnegan Myers still leading us around here. Well, Mr. Charles running second. Tyler Massey. Everybody kind of getting settled in here, Sean.
Yeah, and I thought that these new tires would start to really work their way up through the race pack here a little bit quicker than what we have seen. Taking a look at the bottom right of your screen, though, I do say that. Look at the 24 Nitro Chevrolet Camaro already. He's already back up to P4. That's -1 spot where he started the race, but there you see it. All that blue and that tiny number 7 means McCarthy, Moore, and Mice all last pitting on that strategy. Basically, everybody that's from Mice on back is on that 7th lap pit stop strategy. We're gonna have to see how this all works itself out here as tires are continuing to be tested. I think the real thing, though, tonight, especially with the 70% fuel, as we're going to see Xavier Salgado try to break the draft a little bit. It's all just how much fuel saving you can do without losing too much time. Speaking of lose too much time, here comes some 3 wide heading into turn 1, settling back to 2.
Get settled back in, but they're not going to go away. They're going to be door and quarter and bumping and banging the whole corners here, man. They are going at it right quick. You really got to make sure to get off that corner with some speed right there if you want to have a good chance of setting up your pass. So you've got to make sure to set your up. You really got to kind of play these corners. Realistically, if you're going down the front stretch coming into turn 1 or coming down the back stretch into turn 3, you really got to kind of set your corner up to maybe have your pass available in turn 4. Because all it takes is one little move and you could take yourself out along with competition, or it could mean the difference between a position.
Hitting the nail on the head there with the hammer, Justin. You're exactly right. You can kind of jockey there a little bit there into turns 1 and 3, but turns 2 and 4, you best believe you better have that exit right down these super duper long straightaways. Real quick, here's another shout out to one of the league owners here tonight, Tyler Myers, driver of the 45 Toyota Camry. They're out of Joplin, Missouri, racing boy. You know what that is on the front of that paint scheme? That is a tribute to the one, the only, the man himself, Hulk Hogan. May the man rest in peace.
Moment of silence for the Hulkster. Oh, the wall.
Ooh,
oh,
3 wide down the straightaway. This is looking more like IndyCar at this point, Justin. Tyler Myers flirting with that outside wall. Real quick, you know what's cool about Tyler Myers as we hop on board with him? Take a look. Got the face cam, got the driver cam, we got the outside cam as well. Hulk Hogan machine. Tyler Myers up 6 spots right now, but he was flirting with that outside wall.
You know the old classic song, Sean, do you know the song Flirting with Disaster? You know who sings that?
Motley. Go, 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 go.
Wrong.
What?
You're wrong.
Oh, it's Who is it?
Well, somebody in YouTube chat, please help my man out. Who sings the song Flirting with Disaster? Please, help the boy out.
I feel so, I
John,
said that with
what's
so much confidence.
Oh.
This time he flirted with it too much there. Got the outside wall once again. He smoked it that time. Justin, I hope the right rear toe link is A-OK, as hopefully somebody in YouTube chat has the answer to that one. 22 viewers right now live in YouTube land. Somebody's got to have an answer for it. Real quick as we take another look at what'd you say?
I said anybody, please.
Oh, yes, please, sorry. I thought you had the answer. Anyway,
we need all the help we can get up here.
Colin McCarthy continues to lead the first Chevrolet Camaro, but right now 3 blue ovals are running in the top 3 spot. Justin, out here in the sim racing world, what is your car of choice? You running that blue oval, you got that Chevrolet Camaro, or you got the old, oh yeah, Toyota Camry.
Blue, baby.
Ooh, all right. Well, hey, I'll give it to you.
Overall,
they continue to show face here tonight.
They're showing the way. That's the way we like it. As we're going around through here, man, these guys have kind of stretched out here, Sean. Everybody, I mean, really that top 4, you can kind of throw a blanket over them if you want to. But that 5th on back, man, that is a war zone right there.
Molly Hatch, that's Terry's exactly on it. That's
it.
I knew the hatchet part at least right. So, yeah, thank you, Terry. You're backing us up there. Terry does so much here behind the scenes. We are getting actually some SSN merch here going. Gonna start handing them out here once we eventually reach 1,000. Got some koozies, got some cups, got some shirts coming. You just wait there, boys and girls.
What? Stone Cold One.
Yes, yeah. I should have had the forklift button beep on standby there or something, so it just wasn't silent.
Sean, did you watch wrestling?
You know, I'll be honest with you, I didn't, but I am all advocating for all sorts of wrestling moves and paint schemes here tonight from Indy. What about you, though, Jeff?
Yeah, I do enjoy the wrestling. I do enjoy it. Yeah. And I don't watch it like every night, but every once in a while I'll tune in.
I mean, at least from what I talked to my buddies about there, God, that had to have been start of middle, at least elementary school, as we still see some side-by-side here on the track. Daniel Higgins continuing to fade is, quite frankly, okay, never mind. I'm going to cut that one. Anyways, yeah, I talked to some buddies there. I know a few of those wrestling matches were under pay-per-view, and, well, growing up there, I don't know, pay-per-view really wasn't popular in the old household, but I don't know. I see some highlights. It's definitely it's pretty fun to watch. I'd say.
Yeah. I'm a highlights. I go back and watch the highlights. Now there's fair, like WrestleMania come on, the big one. It's on Peacock, so I got the Peacock account. I watched it. That's about it. And they are side by side back here. Who we got here? Oh, it's Mr. Stipe.
Kevin Roy going at it. This is for 18th and 19th spot.
Man, even in the back of the pack, these boys going to go hard at one another. They ain't going to give up. We're still going to race hard just like we're racing to the white flag. We are 22 laps into this event here at the Indy Oval. Once again, folks, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Make sure to leave a comment and a like. Let us know you're tuning in. If you're in YouTube land, make sure to let us know where you're watching from. We like to see kind of where everybody's from. I know Sean's from Texas. I'm from Alabama. So we like to see where everybody's kind of from, see where our audience is hanging out at. And if you're new with us here, appreciate you. Make sure to check out the folks up there in the top right. Make sure to support those that are supporting us, so they're bringing you the action here every Tuesday night with the Bump and Run series.
I appreciate, real quick before we get back to some more commentating action, you're here with me every single Tuesday and now even Wednesday nights with the Full Throttle Sim Racing League. I really appreciate all your hard work here behind the scenes as well as on up here in the booth with me. It's so much fun to call a race not only with a co-worker but as well as with a buddy in this place. Unfortunately, Josh Small, he has not been buddies with the outside wall. That Ford Mustang has seen better days.
I'm looking about like my eyesight right now, cross-eyed.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I saved my chance. I'll show myself out.
No. I know. I hope you're not, man. Oh no! Well, we got the glasses going to work here tonight. That's all right. It's all right. Shout out all glasses wearers there.
It's okay. My sister wears glasses. I can say that. Hey, I'm not. My sister ain't ever gonna watch this, but my sister is currently in San Antonio competing in a pageant. And I fly out Friday to go see her, and like she been out there, and that turd has been just sending me videos and stuff from like SeaWorld, and like where she been doing stuff. I've been at work, and I hope she having fun. But also, you can kiss my butt.
What?
Yeah.
You're just
terrible.
Boy, you mad because you're not up there in the old or down there in the old San Ann?
Yeah, that's a little rough.
I don't know, man. I don't think you're missing too much.
Hang on, I'm reading the comments, Miss Terry. I'm reading the comments. Hang on, we're catching up here.
Oh, there's so many.
Yes, Miss Terry.
Oh, God.
Yes, Miss Terry. It is Molly Hatchet. Stone Cold, what? Cody Rhodes, great one. Jey Uso, yeet. My favorite wrestler of all time is Macho Man, Randy Savage.
You know, my favorite wrestler is
John Cena.
Nacho.
Somebody finna catch the Anaconda squeeze.
And that's a serious answer too, right there. That is definitely my favorite wrestler.
Oh man, that's a good one. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with strategy either. You know, Kyler McCarthy, he lost a set earlier on in this race, but right now, knocking on that back bumper of Charles Van Schwick. Yes, he is just 0.6 of a second back.
Yeah, he's just hanging it back there, and I'm wondering if maybe these tires right now, I think, are fine. We're 25 laps in, but I really don't know the pit window. I mean, eventually you're going to think these front three are going to have to maybe come in. As McCarthy on a new set, he's kind of made his way back up there, so he's really going to have to maybe take care of those tires a little bit, and we'll see kind of how this run plays out. I don't know if 7 laps is different. Never mind, there's caution.
Tater curse. Let's hear it live in YouTube land. Tater curse. Tater curse. Right when he talked about it, let's see the cause of it. Looks like it was the number. Oh, no, that's not right. It's definitely not Charles Van Schwick. I think it could have been for Travis Farmer. We're trying to find it here. All right, apologies for the blinking and jiving. Oh, it's the 00. Joe Stipe who goes around. I don't know if he was trying to get into pit lane or what there, but that's going to be Justin. Remember the first cause of caution here tonight? It was the exact same spot on the racetrack.
That treacherous turn 4, man, you could really either wad it up. Let's take a look. See here, Joe going to have it kick sideways just a little bit. Heck of a save here, because it could have went a lot of different ways. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Oh, you will get a penalty there for sliding through the yellow cone through pit entry, unless race control decides to clear it.
Let's see. They got cleared. RIP to that cone though.
Wait for it. Yep, dunk. You saw it went through the inside of the car, man. Cone made of titanium steel. Something like that, I don't know.
Yeah, that thing got yeeted back there into the back. That's sitting on a crew member's head.
Alrighty, we got Terry down here live in YouTube land. Third Musketeer, of course, hanging out here as well. We got KC. That's got to be Kyler McCarthy. Oh, never mind. That's not how that works. Never mind. I take that back. KC is not Kyler McCarthy. Anyways, KC, avid bump and run viewer here on Stam Studio Network. We appreciate you joining in. Speaking of appreciation, once again, we have to mention Tyler Massey here tonight. He is one of the members here on Stam Studio Network. He shells a little bit, I think it's $5-10 out a month there for a little bit of special things there behind the scenes. And look at that, Justin. The bright red lights are flashing. I think pit lane is still closed unless all these drivers get a penalty, and we're just trying to get a quick yellow here. Justin Steves might be the only driver. There's no way, but I'm just trying to sell it here. But the pit lane lights are showing still definitely closed.
Gonna go to the point here. Everybody gonna come in, get fresh good gears, fresh Sunoco, top it off. Let's see here. I don't know how many tire sets you get, but if you gotta think this first group, I would assume probably maybe 4. And you can't take them when you leave them, so I don't blame these guys for pitting, but you're gonna have one less set maybe as the run goes on. So as maybe the caution plays out, you're gonna have to maybe these tires get towards the end, Sean.
I think that's why we're starting to see some different strategy plays here tonight, especially Justin Steves, Travis Farmer. Well, Justin Steves, matter of fact, oh, this is going to get pretty close here on the restarts, pretty tight. Justin Steves last pit on lap number 8. Travis Farmer, Finnegan Myers, Charles Van Schwick, Kyler McCarthy rounding out that top 5. Got Tyler Massey, Austin Mice, Brian Huntley Jr., David Berry, and Brandon Moore in that top 10. But everybody from 3rd through the rest of the field is going to be on the same strategy call here. What's going through the mind of Justin Steves here, Justin, as you're staying out on extremely old Goodyear Racing Eagles?
You brake check the field and make everybody stack up, then you take off. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, my God.
I'm just kidding. Nah, I think you race these guys hard. Make them pass you. You know, don't give up the racing line too easy. Make them pass you. Make them work for it. Now, if there's going to be somebody outside of you, you just make a hard right, bump them, then take off. That would be what I would do. No, I'm just kidding. But no, man, you don't check up. You still race hard, make these guys work to pass you, and you never know. Like, little caution come out, and you mean, hey, you got to lead the laps. Leading laps means bonus points. So hey, you can lead a couple laps here, make up a couple points. It could be a little something down there towards the end of the season.
Real quick, thank you to Extreme Scoring. Thank you to them that we can finally see. It looks like Stan Mayberry is the only driver shown one lap down at this moment. Here comes Josh Small, Kevin Roy, Xavier Salgado. These drivers are all going to get their tanks slapped with Sunoco race fuel. If we finally do get a little bit of a green flag run, keep your eye on the number 1, the number 12, and 77 machines, as they'll be able to run just a little bit longer than their co-counterparts.
What's up, Jaden? Good to see you over there in YouTube chat. Third Musketeer, what's up? Hope everybody's doing good over there. KC, good to see you in chat. We're up to 33 people. What's crack-a-lacking, everybody over there in YouTube chat? Glad to see you with us.
33 of you. You are all what makes this possible here tonight, as well as the drivers, league owners, sponsors, and affiliates. Thank you all so much here for joining in. As you see, these drivers, we are side by side, just about to get ready for another race restart here. Justin Sieves here. Every single one of these drivers still on the same pit stop strategy. Finnegan Myers continuing to lead the most amount of laps, but Kyler McCarthy leapfrogging quite a few drivers there on that last pit stop strategy. Although one set of tires down, he works his way back up to where he started the race, up to P3.
So yeah, working his way back up. Steve's going to be on the inside line. Finnegan will be on the outside. Obviously, Finnegan with the newer tires. So Steve's got to make sure don't spin them here. Just get off a good, clean run. And, I mean, hey, make them work for this. Don't give it up easy. Make them work for it.
That iRacing safety pace car, I don't blame him. Go ahead, do it. Dive into the safety of pit lane. Here we go, boys and girls, sim racing fans of all ages. Get up, stand up for your life once again. Green flag is out in 3, 2, 1 here at Indy.
Right, check, go. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
You might have, and I think Justin's listening here, boys and girls.
Yeah, Finnegan going to be able to clear in coming off the end. Kyler going to follow right behind. That's going to set Charles up. He's going to have to do some work, but McCarthy going to go to work on this number 6 car. You know, he was kind of making some hay there. He got to P3, now up to P2. The way things have cycled around here, but Finnegan going to lead us around to show us the pace, but everybody going to stack up behind him. We got some cars 2 by 2 behind them.
That's Charles Van Schwick as well as Austin Mice that continue to run side by side, a little bit more snaking down that back straightaway. Now Charles Van Schwick is met with the outside line. Tyler Massey with a massive run. As look at the Tyler Massey trying to avoid the side draft there. I think he just sent it there a little bit too hard there into turn 3. Look at the loss of the momentum. This is what I mentioned. You have to hit turns 2 and 4 so well. These exits are so long on these straightaways, so much momentum loss. Tyler Massey still fighting around up on the higher side of the racetrack.
Yeah, this outside line, man, you really got to take care of your stuff. It's tough, man. It is tough to try to maybe fight these corners. I've never done this track in Xfinity, or excuse me, in the next. I've done it in Xfinity a couple times. It's pretty fun. And I don't know. Actually, we may have done it in the next gen car last year or raced here. But, man, these cars drive so aggressive. You have to, wheel these things. You can't just baby around here. You got to grab the wheel and get after it. But like I said, you got to really pace yourself because you start trying to get a little early on the gas, a little early on the brake. It could cost you. Man, words are hard, folks. I'm sorry. Could be the position 1 or 2 or maybe 15th or 16th.
Continuing to fight for every single inch here tonight on the racetrack, and a driver that I'm continuing to keep my eye on here is we have 3 wide in front of Daniel Higgins. You can try to kind of set these corners up here as they are road course sort of corners here. You can set each and every single one of them just a little bit differently, try to carry a little bit more speed as we blink down the back straightaway. Apologies here for that. A disco ball, there you go. Daniel Higgins, though, he's going to work back up the racetrack once again. Oh, no, right in front of Daniel Higgins. Cornelius Prime goes around.
Wow, got a win there. Oh, my third caution. So, you know what that means, Sean? Re-rack them or re-stack them, baby. Somebody else around. Is that Matthew Fitz? Oh, save it, Cornelius. You got it. There we go.
Good eyeball there, Justin. I think that is number 68. Excuse me, 69.
Get the old bifocals out here. Let's see. Yeah, it is 69. Boy, look at the bifocals.
All right, we'll take a look at the cause of this one. Try to break this down for you live here on Stamp Studio Network. Once again, we appreciate all the fans joining in here live. This is the camera shot that we saw it all happen from. Cornelius Brown, I think that was all on him there. Just got a little bit too flirty with that outside wall.
Yeah,
oh, then there goes Matthew.
Oh, let's see. Matthew collect anybody? Let's see. He locked her up. Got him locked up. Oh.
Travis Farmer, oh, what a move for the 13. Sorry, I thought that was cool.
He bet. Is somebody getting some Hanes undies and maybe a PBR because he's going to need it after that one.
Travis Farmer four-wheeling it in the next gen, not missing one. He misses two. Oh, just barely misses that spinning Matthew Fitz.
Who caught the wall there? Somebody out there on the wall with their stuff. Kind of wrong place, wrong time. Farmer going to have to drift up and get out the way. The 77 going to collect the wall there, scrape up to go win M&M's. Now it's just him.
Here we go into the pit lane, Justin. Who you got? Looks like, oh, we're going to be all surprised here tonight. Will Finnegan Myers stay out once again? Looks like Finnegan Myers, Charles Van Swick staying out. Here comes the rest of the field, though. Kyler McCarthy is in. Austin Mice is in. So is Brian Huntley Jr., Tyler Massey, David Berry, Brandon Moore, excuse me. Right now, only the top four to stay out. Finnegan Myers, Charles Van Swick, Daniel Higgins, and Tyler Myers. And, Tyler Myers is that last running car. We taking tires, Justin? We taking just Sunoco? What's happening?
No, everybody going to top off here. You can see everybody pop that thing down the first. You roll on out.
Ooh, battle off the pit lane. 3 wide. Looks like Huntley's going to get it.
I was hoping somebody would read it. I'm just kidding. I want to be that guy.
You mug. No, I'm just kidding. All right, my name's Sean Stam. We got the Justin Yaw, the Yamentator, up here with us tonight in the booth. Oh boy, I'll be right back up here with you. Justin, if you need a quick moment here, as well as anybody down there in YouTube land, re-up on the drinks, re-up on the snacks. We'll be right back here with you. Thank you so much. Alrighty, welcome back here into Stam Studio Network after a quick little ad break here. We're still single file, so we're going to take another look at the points real quick before we start to look double file once again. They're really starting to get close here within the Bump and Run Cup Series. Kyler McCarthy, he's leading up there with 525, but just right there behind him, Justin Steves continues to be just clean and consistent finishing races. Austin Mice in the third position, Chris Campbell, Robbie Bice, Brandon Moore, Tyler Massey, Tyler Myers, Brian Huntley Jr., and Matthew Fitz rounding out the top 10 out of what is so many drivers that make up the Bump and Run Cup Series.
So many guys and gals, and I feel like we're adding more and more as we keep going throughout this season. Seeing new faces, new places, and it's cool to see, man. Very, very cool to see.
You ever been up here to the old Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Justin?
I have not. The plan is to come. I want to come to the drag strip. Obviously, I'm a drag race guy. I want to come there, but I would love to just. I would love to play around at golf in there. You know, there's a golf course in there.
Dude, not even within only the infield part of the track, but it stretches to the outfield part of the track as well. I think it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I would like to go there, and then they do a big midget race on the inside in the dirt track. I would love to go to that too.
Man, you're taking me back there. This went up there with my dad here just a few years ago, and that was just memories that are engraved there within the own personal brickyard. That was so much fun, and well, just check on those there around your friends and family members alike. Race to Stop Suicide. That's something a little bit closer to me there. Hopefully everything is going up there well above the clouds. Anyways, back to some almost racing action. We're continuing to pace though, but how about Finnegan Myers, Charles Van Schwick, Daniel Higgins, and Tyler Myers? These front four runners right now, they are going to be put on the back end of the strategy here, although it's only a few laps separating these newer tires. Justin, there's a little bit newer Sunoco fuel in them if we finally get that green flag strategy call, as well as, well, you just don't have enough grip within these front four running tires, just 4-5 laps older. Here we go. Green flag is out once again. The field, once again, it's in Finnegan Myers' hands. This start is gonna look clean and cordial. A little bit of a check up here as we'll look side by side, second, third, and fourth, and on back.
Yeah, they are coming at one another like, I mean, two fat kids fighting over the last ice cream at the soda shop. I mean, they are going at one another back here in the back. But everybody gonna get around. Here we go, turn two, down the back stretch we go. You're gonna look on forward here. I don't know who that's here.
Brian Huntley.
Brian Huntley gonna stare down. He's got Kyler McCarthy and Austin Mice right there in front of him.
Ooh! What a send for Kyler McCarthy down the inside. Sorry, Justin. That one got my jaw dropped to the floor there. What a send for the 24. Matter of fact, says door quarter clear. Thank you very much. Up to P5 I go.
He's going to be looking for Daniel Higgins right there in the fourth slot. He's going to have some momentum looking out the rear bumper of Mr. Kyler McCarthy. Starting to get the last one. You stare at a computer screen for 10 hours of work and come home and stare at a computer screen again. Your eyes start getting all cross-eyed over it.
You need those daggone little computer glasses there. Got the yellow tint in them.
I got some. I don't know where.
I was looking for mine before the race that first time in probably a year. I couldn't find them, so I think I'm walking. Whatever.
While we sitting here, I'm gonna pop up. You start hearing, if you hear a making a banging bump, I may have fell down and I'm going to apologize to folks at home. If you hear a banking a bump, call 911.
Oh, God.
No, I don't know how close, where you from or where you live, but you know, your 911 and my 911 take a little while.
Say the old commentator is taking a tumble. I think I think they'll know it by this point.
Yeah. And I ain't got a TV on. What was I thinking?
All right, well, Justin, the battle for the P4 and 5 spot continues to run side by side, as well as P15th and 16th. Real quick, as we are just about halfway through this race, I think everybody knows what time it is. What was that?
Is it that time?
Oh, it's that time. Oh, it's that time. Go ahead, enjoy the sights and sounds of these NASCAR Next Gen machines roaring to life here from Indy. Justin and I will be right back with you up here in the booth. slowly, boys and girls, crank this puppy back down because we just almost had some contact, almost had trading some paint here between Joe Stipe, Cornelius Brown, the 00, and the number 98. Blue Oval continue to run nose to tail out here on the track. Battles are really close here. It's really not looking like, for once in history, it's really not looking like Sunday's race. Drivers still have opportunities to pass one another. Daniel Higgins, once again, making some strategy work right now. He's our second biggest mover of the race, trying to reel in Tyler Myers for the biggest mover of the race. Tyler gained 19 spots since the drop of the green flag. Daniel Higgins sits right there behind him in P4, gained 10 spots since the drop of the green.
Everybody making some moves here. They should be settling, figure out where the car's at. They got it rolling right on the so Daniel Higgins and Tyler going right at one another. There's a battle right there behind them between Austin and Brian. It is just heating up. These guys are going at one another, not going to relinquish the spot they're in until they have to.
Goodness, 34 live viewers right now on Stam Studio Network. Cool boy. This is, I really, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for joining in here tonight.
Sean, what's our viewer record?
We're sitting right about at it here, Justin. We're flirting with disaster.
I'm telling you. Sean, can we get in trouble if we played music on here?
Yes.
No. Never mind.
Hey, you can sing it. I think I've already gotten one copyright strike for you singing it damn well close enough. No, I mean, what song were you looking for there, Justin?
Okay, all right. I know my voice is beautiful now, but
Uh-oh.
hey, let's just put it this way. I ain't going on American Idol anytime.
I'll tell you what, I'd sponsor that old American Idol visit for the Yamentator. I'd see you going pretty far up there, man. I don't know. Let's ask the old YouTube chat. What do you guys there think? You've heard the Yamentator sing. 33 viewers right now. We got to have at least a couple opinions. I'm right there with it, Justin. I'm gonna sponsor your butt.
Stay on there. Let me shake hands with Randy Jackson.
All right. That's probably good.
Yeah, you slip Randy 100. We'll be on to the next round.
Well, if you're just now joining, I talked about this earlier in the race. Daniel Higgins, he's an avid road course racer. He shows us he knows how to turn both left and right. Right now here tonight for the Indianapolis, the 250, what is a little bit less than, because I thought it'd be 100. Anyways, we're at 80 laps. Daniel Higgins, he's setting these corners, treating each one up just like Shane Van Gisbergen did within the real-life Brickyard 400. He's treating these, I think, left-hand turns, setting them up like road course turns. A little bit of a late apex there. You don't want to touch the concrete there on the bottom left of the track. I think that's why we're starting to see Daniel Higgins continue to roll up here within the front of the field. Matter of fact, he's the last running car on this longer running strategy for the front four runners. But he's continuing to hold off a hard-charging Kyler McCarthy. That is enough said to me today. For probably to decide that Daniel Higgins could be, if he keeps it up, driver of the day here.
He has really made his way around through here very well to be an avid road course racer. I mean, he's our bump and run SVG, I guess is what we'll call him. I don't know his real name, but I wish he had one. We knew it, so we could maybe call him that.
Alright, well, there you see the Christmas tree lit up bottom of your screen, though. I'm talking about it. I am still very proud and surprised that these Goodyear Racing Eagles continue to have the pace in them. Matter of fact, this lap's down in a run. But here comes Kyler McCarthy. We saw the green on lap 41-42, looking down the inside on our start-finish straightaway. Kyler McCarthy now going to take it. Daniel Higgins, he's going to get that crazy train, ran up the inside. These drivers, their mental wounds still not healing, driving them insane.
It's not going to check up. Probably what I'm thinking right now is it is starting to kind of get the great chain effect going. There's Massey going to look to the inside. Can he get there as they go back, heading off into 3? Taking from the stuck on the outside. Going to lose another position. Get that Barry. Going to follow right behind Massey. Barry's looking for the old 1-2 combo. Can he get it done coming off of 4? Let's see here. Nope. He's going to get one of the leads. Higgins not going to be denied. He's going to keep it out there. That jockey number 2 going to hang up there on the outside of Barry.
So we continue to look side by side. Remember that Hot Wheels number 56 machine just a week ago from Dover. He okay, I had a good setup. I'm going to think better of it here, but remember, David Barry, a week ago, he finished P1 there from Dover. Matter of fact, he had another great run from the Chicago Street Course as I continue to work back to road course racing from the Indy Oval. David Barry continues to sit P9 here tonight, have a really nice run. Brandon Moore, who finished P2 just a week ago there from Dover. Brandon Moore right now sits P12 as Daniel Higgins continues to fall. Hey, I know this one, Justin. Like a rock. Bob Sager, give it to me. Uh-oh. Am I out?
What was the question again?
Bob Sager, like a rock, Chevrolet commercial. The Chevrolet Camaro
like a rhinestone cowboy.
No, no. Okay. Oh boy, Justin, I don't know, buddy. I think we're starting to finally look at this green flag pit stop run. These drivers who are on a little bit of a longer run strategy, I think these drivers have now finally rolled the dice enough. We could possibly see this strategy play in key and factor here for McCarthy, Austin Mice, as well as Brian Huntley Jr. Man, shout out one of the league owners here tonight, Brian Huntley Jr. Shout out all the league owners, but especially Brian Huntley Jr. He's leading the 4 or 5 of them out here on track. That number 88, Shane Van Gisbergen paint scheme, continues to show some nice pace.
I'm on my stand talking about some Skinner, baby. That's the man right there.
God. Okay.
If I be here tomorrow.
I don't know. If I open up the donations down there in YouTube, Lance, which they are open. Hey, if we get, I don't know, 15, 20 bucks, just I'm throwing you under the bus here tonight, buddy, but you might have to sing the whole 9-minute entirety of freeing that bird by
you want me to hit the whole guitar solo? I mean,
I'll be with you in there to help with the guitar solo, but you get the vocals there on your own.
You might give me some guitar here. Let me get out here and practice.
Hey, you gotta get the vocal cords warmed up. We know how it goes.
Nobody wants to hear that.
I do.
Okay.
30 laps to go. Finnegan, Justin, I don't know about you here, buddy, but Finnegan Myers, I think, has led just about almost every single lap here, unless it was under a little bit of strategy there for a little bit different drivers. But Finnegan Myers continues to lead Charles Van Schwick by 3.5 tenths of a second. We also got Terry Stan rooting on Kyla McCarthy here live in YouTube land below. Kyla McCarthy is working with the newest set of tires right now, should have the more pace as well as can run a little bit longer. But look at David Barry, another driver. Remember, he's trying to make the back-to-back action work here within the Buff and Run Cup Series. One at Dover, he's now back and all the way up to P7 here from Indy.
He's trying to go back to back, but he has got a lot of work to get done. Not saying it's not possible, but he has got to get there. He's going to have to start maybe trying to figure out a different line, maybe drive in a little further, maybe rotate the car a little bit better. My goodness, how about Finnegan Myers got a 3.5 second lead over Mr. Charles. McCarthy still trying to get there. McCarthy, you kind of see the gap there. I mean, it is car lengths back there. It's Greyhound buses. Might even be a small yacht.
We got a cameraman up in the air in the stands tonight, and here's the difference here if you're live here in YouTube land. There's Finnegan Myers. You whip your head around. It is almost a whole, at least 2 to 3 corner difference between these drivers. Not the long back straightaway, of course. But as Finnegan Myers, he is not letting up by any means. He is continuing to pull the gap, now working with almost a 4-second gap over Van Schwick.
And he has slowly worked that gap in. If you're that Charles, you're just going to kind of keep rolling around through here and hoping for the best. Maybe a caution will come out. If you're Finnegan, you don't want to see it. You still got, about 47 laps. Excuse me, 37, 27. Math is hard. We'll just call it. He's got a number of laps left, but still working on trying to get it figured out here. And Finnegan has been the class of the field here tonight.
At number 6 Ford Mustang, you might be asking, where did Finnegan Myers finish last week from Dover? Well, at least for my broadcast notes, I am not seeing Mr. Myers at least finishing within the top 12. If I'm going back to memory, I barely know what I wore yesterday, but I don't even think Finnegan made it out just 1 week ago, but he's definitely showing these drivers how it's done from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Look at that Hulk Hogan machine trying to dive down the inside of Cameron Smith, but not able to make it happen.
Yeah, he is trying every which way to get there. He's going to have to maybe try to throw a block. He's going to have to do a little bit of that rear view mirror driving as Brandon Moore knocking on his back doors. We're going to tune in. You can see out the front of Tyler Myers' hot rod and watch him drive it around through here. He is locked in right now, trying to maybe crunch the numbers over there, but rather going to get it. Still hold on to the spot here, maybe cut off a little bit of that arrow going to Moore. They go back through 1 and 2.
Now, Justin, as we take a look at Tyler Myers, look at the top driver camera there. That still belongs to Tyler Myers. His screen capture, matter of fact, that is a lot of information. I only had one black box just showing me who was near on track. I didn't even have who was rated, what safety rating and iRating and all that jazz. Man, Tyler Myers, he is all jazzed up there with different black boxes, tracks, and so forth. Justin, what do you like to run with in your iRacing HUD?
I've got the black boxes. I don't know what wheel everybody's got. I got a G29 is what I run. So I've got them cleaned up where I can just go through my black boxes down in the bottom right. And then the only other thing I have is where, it shows you your speed and your shifting. And that's the only other thing I got on there. I ain't got nothing too crazy. Try to keep it simple. I got to focus on the race. I can't focus on everything else. I have the mind of Dory the fish. I get one track line and done.
Hey, that's okay. You know what they keep saying? You know what they say, Justin? Just keep driving, just keep driving, just keep. Anyways, Austin Mice, Brian Huntley Jr. battle for 4th and 5th. Brian Huntley Jr. also on that newer set of tires. So is Austin Mice. Really not able to close that gap. 25 laps to go, Justin. I think there should be still one pit stop left for these drivers as they just keep driving.
What you got to do, you got to keep the pace, got to keep the momentum going, and you got to make sure to keep it in between the ditches. Because that wall will injure, the inside wall will kill you. The car behind you may, and the car in front of you may, so you better watch out.
And real quick, I know I'm just now saying this, but I just remembered, if you're watching live right now, 32 of you, matter of fact, are. Once again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, as now we see a green flag pit stop. This will be Daniel Higgins. He's going to try to make the undercut work. But what I was just about to mention, if you're watching live and even on the race broadcast replay, if you look in the bottom right of your screen, if you hover your mouse or finger over, you should see a little gear icon. You can bump this broadcast up to 1440p. Barely any pixels to work with. Matter of fact, Daniel Higgins, Tyler Myers, Finnegan Myers are not the only drivers in. Here comes the 00 Ford Mustang as well. Joe Stipe is also in. Justin, for this stop, are we taking tires? Oh, there's your answer. Leader, Finnegan Myers, at least right sides. There you go. There's the
I think you take 4 here. You've got to come in, get some new ones on there, new rubbers. Because you have put them other ones through the test and they have survived, but you've got to come in, get some new ones, get topped off, This is your money stop right here, I do believe. So you got to make sure you get in and out clean, and make sure to get off out of here. No speeding penalties. Make sure you get back up onto the track. Now, hey, you got to make sure you can't come up on the track right there through 2. You got to go all the way around this whole circle right here, coming off of 2 before you can re-enter the track. So making sure not come off right there and get a penalty. That could maybe put a hindrance on the old race strategy.
There goes Kyler McCarthy around. That was the race leader. So if you were Tyler Massey right there for the Stam Studio Network Harvest Ford Mustang, you were, if you paid any attention to the Sunday's broadcast, Tyler Massey, he wanted to make that pit stop fast enough to get around Kyler McCarthy, but McCarthy was showing a little bit too much pace here on the racetrack, got around that number 17 Harvest Stam Studio Network Ford Mustang, but it's not the end of the day. Kyler should still have one more pit stop, but as he continues to run longer, this makes it ever so closer for that number 17. Austin Mice right now showing in the P2 spots. Right now, well, looks like Tyler actually got around Austin Mice. Austin Mice still sitting in P2, but really showing P3 overall, as he has Tyler Massey one lap down in front of him. Brian Huntley Jr. also in the 3rd position. Here comes some more pit stops. We should be seeing all of our front runners pit at least within the next few laps. Cameron Smith, Chris Campbell, Kevin Roy in once again. Justin, I think you nailed it. You can't stop too short or too long within your pit box. That will result in loss of time. Looks like that's a really nice stop here so far for Kevin Roy.
Yeah, Kevin going to get in and out pretty quick here. Appreciate Kevin being one of our affiliates here, Stam Studio Network.
Sorry, that was meant for Tyler Massey. Sorry. Anyway,
it's okay.
Kevin Roy's still a great driver, though. A great guy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I like that, Kevin. Oh, Kevin's good in there. Dude, that's one of my favorite paint schemes, man.
Did you see that? The throwback Kyle Busch, black and white, we talking?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite paint schemes, man. I know the M&M cars are all famous and stuff for the colors, man. That one's so cool to promote. Up. It did. Okay. You do you, Kevin. You live. You ever seen the clip with Jason where he does that? He's doing the TED promo.
Oh, one too many times. Yeah.
What do you say? You're trying to interview him. He just goes after you. Live.
We got a lot coming up here, Justin. We got the Anaconda squeeze happening on the pit stop strategy, though. I was highlighting there who was running 13th, Brandon Moore. If you keep an eye on the top right of your screen, take a look at the bright red number 11. He's going to be running at the top right of the track map here. That is Brandon Moore. That's the driver we're going to have to keep an eye on as David Berry makes his way back around the racetrack. We have pretty much the whole field pitting at this point, as David Berry, Justin Steves, Travis Farmer still on the racetrack, but here comes the race leaders. What will cycle back around to the race lead? Remember, keep your eye on that number 11, very red blip now in the bottom left of the track map and the top right of your screen.
Just keep an eye on it. You don't want to go a lap down here because it would take you a long way to get back to the front here, but so you got to make sure just hit stops are crucial here. You go all the way around this long shoot here and swing it wide. Oh, Kyler almost. You're going to have a lot of momentum coming off that corner there. You get some momentum coming into that backstretch.
We saw Kyler McCarthy. You mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast here, Justin. You have to wrap your way down around the long infield sort of pit entry and exit as well. So it's a totally different sort of pit stop that we're used to here within the NASCAR world. So many different factors to work with, and right now Justin Steves, he's trying to make the long run work, begging on a caution. David Berry, Travis Farmer are finally in. They're going to be on, I think, the losing end of this strategy, with all due respect. They will have newer tires, but we haven't seen the newer tires make all that much of a difference here tonight. Justin Steves is shown the race leader, but the battle really for the race lead is 8 seconds deep between Finnegan Myers and Charles Van Schwick. What do I say, Justin? You know the line. Charles Van Schwick is the name, but he has been damn quick throughout this whole season. Continues to run out in the top 3. 4,200 oval. iRating going to work.
That's about quadruple mine, maybe more.
Boo, boo.
Man, listen, I am what's known as a what you call it here. I'm a hosted racer. I don't do a lot of online. I do a lot of the hosted stuff. I like to raid lobbies and cause. Listen, I'll raid lobbies, cause chaos, and leave.
Well,
exactly what
if you're new to the iRacing universe, what that means is there's no iRating to work with there within the hosted and especially the unofficial races. So, Justin, you can have as much speed and pace, you can have as many wins as you want within the hosted world. And trust me, you can advocate for it. You definitely gain quite a bit of experience within hosted and unranked, but unfortunately it doesn't count towards that overall iRating. Or safety, matter of fact.
Hosted hero, that's what I was trying to find. That's the word I was looking for, a hosted hero.
That was your nickname back in high school, boy. What are you? Nah, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Yeah, we're talking about all the Twinkies I ate.
Alrighty, boys and girls, 17 laps to go. Justin and I gotta re-rack them, restack them up here in the commentator booth. See, that's exactly what I mean. Enjoy the last crank it up here tonight. These NASCAR Next Gen engines gonna soar to life. We'll be right back with you up here in the commentator booth as we got some swerving down the backstretch. Slowly, boys and girls, sim racing fans of all ages, crank this puppy back down before the Sean-tator and the Yam-tator get a little too excited up here in the booth. Battle for 4th and 5th starting to heat up and broil up here and underneath our eyeballs here up in the booth. Brandon Moore, also Brian Huntley Jr. Battle for P4. These drivers are both up 2 spots gains. This is the drop of the race. Excuse me, drop of the green flag.
If we're dropping the race,
yeah, that would not be good.
No, we get it. So Fagan back out to the lead. The flag stops and kind of just cycled on through. Byers in the lead, Mr. Charles is second, McCarthy in third. Everybody can go way down sidewall, all the back up, just checking the Make sure there ain't no marbles down there. They probably saw something out of the tracks like a beer can again. That's
Oh, you saw that on Twitter too? Uh-oh.
I seen that with my own 2 eyes.
Okay, well, realistic, I was about to ask you, Justin, this was a great setup here because realistically, these drivers are not swerving for what was a beer can thrown on the last lap to I think, possibly take the leader out of the race in the real Brickyard 400. But realistically, Justin, why do you think that we see Brandon Moore swerving down the inside of that long back dong straightaway?
I think honestly, maybe trying to get a little bit of dirty air down to Brian. He's really trying to maybe break up the draft that could be, and maybe try to make Brian have to work a little bit harder, maybe push those Goodyear Eagles just a little bit more to try to break up that wind that could get to him and maybe get his draft and get him caught back up to the back bumper of that 8 hot rod.
I'm right there with you. If you're newer here within the iRacing universe, well, first of all, welcome in. We're very happy to have you. Second of all, these are laser scanned tracks, laser scanned cars, physics that cannot be beaten here within the sim racing world. Brandon Moore, he's continuing to try to break that sort of slipstream and draft down that back straightaway. You don't want to be running right behind a driver within the turns. That's when you do want to be running behind a driver. There you see Brian Huntley Jr. He's trying to play chess at upwards of 200 miles an hour right here. He's trying to really, what would you call it, kind of predict. There you go. That's the word. The so hard of a word I was looking for. Brian Huntley Jr. continues to predict Brandon Moore's moves down our long back straightaway here. That's just how big of a hole these NASCAR Next Gens poke into the air.
And they can really make it up. If you're really behind somebody to get a good little run there, maybe just a little bit of a dive inside can maybe break up the wind just enough where they're not able to kind of get the draft they need. You know, Talladega or something like that, you got to have this, but these right here, this could make the position, you know, make you break a race. If you get caught up to somebody, you can maybe get another spot or two. Really make somebody's race a little bit more hellish like he is doing right here to Brian Huntley.
I'm curious to see here. Our leader, Finnegan Myers, he is 1 lap shorter on the pit lane than our second place runner of Charles Van Swick. As we take a look at the bottom right side of your screen, last pit stop lap for our race leader was lap 56. Charles Van Swick was 57. Kyler McCarthy was 60. That's a little bit of a stair-step action on strategy. We're going to have to see if our race leader has enough fuel to make it to the end of this race. Remember, 23, Bubbly Wallace ended there on fumes. We could see sort of the same strategy call here tonight from the Finnegan Myers machine.
Good, man. Finnegan been having a great run here tonight. He's led just about every lap, but we're down to 10 to go or less. So now you're really going to have to make your calls. Make sure to hit your marks and avoid that outside wall because that could be detrimental to your race.
Even with that 1 lap difference on the pit stop strategy, Finnegan Myers continues to find his way leading the most amount of laps tonight, almost all of them. Matter of fact, a 10.4-second gap right now over Charles Van Swick. Kyler McCarthy continues to run P3 with a hard-charging Brandon Moore and Brian Huntley Jr. there. They're trying to get back into the final driver interview spots here tonight, but with only 8 laps to go, that's about 20 miles here from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval. If my math is mathin', that's going to be quite a task there for Brandon Moore, Brian Huntley Jr. to try and sniff that final driver interview spot. If might I add, there is no caution.
These guys are really going to have to maybe try to start exploring some different lines, maybe try to mix it up, try to roll it in a little bit further. See Brian right there, still going to run it. I would be interested to see if maybe some of these guys downshift, maybe to 4-2, maybe that helps them out just a little bit. There goes Brian down at the bottom, trying to run down that number 8 hot rod of Brandon Moore. Here comes Steve's around the number 77 hot rod. Roy going to get him there. He's going to get him clear. We're going to try to look back to the inside to see if maybe we can get clear of Steve's on the backstretch. no dice for him there.
Justin Steves, another driver. He is on almost the newest set of tires right now, except for Cornelius Brown. Cornelius Brown still a little bit of aerodynamic and cosmetic damage for that number 98. I know it says 4%, but there, if you look at the back bumper, he's trying to make the Mercedes AMG shot here to work here tonight. David Berry, once again, remember a week ago, finished on the winning spot there, drove that number 56 Hot Wheels Ford Mustang to victory lane. Unfortunately for David, he sits down in P8, but right now our biggest mover since the drop of the green flag, Brandon Moore, who sits in P4 right now, P2, as well as Kyler McCarthy, who finished P3 just a week ago down there from Dover Motor Speedway. Continues to run P3 right now from Indy.
Here we go. 6 laps to go in this Indy 250 here with the bump and run, boys and gals. Let's again appreciate our sponsors for helping us bring all the action here with us. It's been a great night of action here with the bump and run, folks. As you can see, they are trying anything and everything to just maybe get one more position. So the Monster Energy boys are going at it. That's Mackie Ditz and Robbie Bice trying to maybe try to pass one another, maybe try to run down the car in front of them. There's a battle for P10 right there.
5 laps to go, Justin. I mean, as an avid sim racer yourself, there, I'm right there with you. I can tell you enough that these drivers are right now. It's not only physical wear, but it is mental wear. How much are you sweating right now in an 80-lap race from Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Now just only 5 laps to go. I would imagine, at least in my boot camp, we are just begging for a yellow not to come out.
Yeah, you got to make sure you are hoping and praying that yellow flag does not fly. You've got to try to get this thing clear to the end and just take the pace, make sure to keep the car behind you and battle it out to the very end so the checkered flag is flying and you can make it to the stripe. A caution right here would be detrimental to your hopes.
Although, you know, I bring that up, I guess it ultimately depends on what strategy you're on here tonight, but with right now everybody at least putting on the average of 57th lap within the race, if there is a caution, you would best believe there would be a mixed strategy here that we would see under pit lane, but it would be interesting to see, like we saw earlier on the race, if old tires have what it takes to hold off new tires. Finnegan Myers continuing to lead. Charles Van Swick with that GOAT Racing die-cast machine, number 41. If you're looking for die-cast, even custom die-cast, to see your own iRacing vehicle out there on your shelf, believe me, it is too cool of a sight to see. Hit up Mr. Charles Van Swick there out of GOAT's die-cast racing. Kyler McCarthy right now continuing to hold off our final driver interview spot, that Nitro number 24 Chevrolet Camaro.
Tuning right here, you got Mr. Berry and Mr. Smith going at it back and forth. These guys have been battling hard the past really 4 or 5 laps. They have been going at Berry, Smith, and Mr. Berry trying to hammer, doing every which way he can, looking inside, outside, trying to get the draft to run down the number 56 Hot Rod of Berry, our last week winner. He's going to look to the inside here. Berry going to give up, but he ain't going to go out without a fight. He's going to stick it up on the high side. Going to try to hold his own. Smith going to have it to the inside here. This is the battle for P8. Smith going to have the advantage. They're going to go side by side down the backstretch.
Cameron Smith, that Napa know-how number 9 Chevrolet Camaro, looking down the inside, door quarter clear. Matter of fact, they're into turn 1. That was a send of a century. He put that post-it note on the mail and sent it into turn 1 there over David Berry. David Berry, he'll drop back to P9. He's still right now tied right now with our biggest mover of the race. This battle isn't over yet here, Justin. Just 5 miles to go, 2 laps here from Indy, still side by side for that 8th and 9th spot.
Nobody's giving up here. They're going to go hard in the paint, to quote Mr. Waka Flocka. Can't ever go wrong with a little Waka Flocka. So here we go. These guys are still battling it out right there for P8. Then we got an 11-second lead over Mr. Charles up there. So thinking just looking to take it. These guys are not going to go away without a fight to one another. They are battling back and hard for P8 and P9, doing everything they can. As we're going to look right here, you're going to have the two of Daniel Higgins. You're going to have the number 87 of Justin Steves looking to the inside. He's going to check up. They head back off into turn 3.
All these drivers just trying to make it down and out around to the white flag. Cameron Smith, David Berry continuing to run nose to tail. Finnegan Myers, we're not missing anything up out front here on our white flag lap as Finnegan will now come out and round. Turns, I believe, will be 3 and 4 tonight. Mama, he's coming home. Finnegan Myers will take away the Bump and Run Cup Series race here tonight from Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Here we go to the back end of the battle. Cameron Smith, Mr. Berry going to go at it here as they go back off into turns 3 and 4. One final time. Does Berry got anything for Cameron Smith? Coming off the corner. Here we go. A little too late of a run. Little bobble there for the 9. Here we go. Smith going to do the blocking. Going to send the ball all the way to the inside.
Give it to Cameron Smith at the line. 0.10 seconds separating the 9 and 56th for 8th and 9th spot.
He did what he had to there to hold on to the line. He did what he had to hold on to the position. What you got to do, baby.
What a race, what a finish here tonight from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Finnegan Myers gonna take away the checkered flag here tonight. That's not his first win of this race season. Charles Van Schwick, Kyler McCarthy, Brandon Moore, Brian Huntley Jr. rounding out our top 5.
Good racing here tonight at Indy. So with that, we're gonna get our top 3 finishers. And Finnegan gonna burn it down here at Indy.
Go, he's going for the old long ways burn out there. A little bit of contact with the outside wall. He'll keep his foot in it.
Don't let off.
We don't need the engine for next week, Finnegan. It's all good. Keep it going, buddy. Keep it going.
What you got an R&D department?
Wait. Don't go over the bricks. Don't go over the bricks. No way. Ooh, keep it on this side.
Don't be going over the bricks, man. That's just rude.
Wait. Oh, he stops right on the bricks. Not only a race win here tonight for Finnegan Myers, but also a burnout win here tonight. Congratulations, the one, the only Finnegan on the race win. Charles Van Schwick, Kyler McCarthy, I'll bring it home at P3. Brandon Moore, Brian Huntley Jr., Austin Mice, Tyler Massey, Cameron Smith, David Berry, and Matthew Fitz are rounding out that top 10. Robbie Bice, Chris Campbell, Tyler Myers, Daniel Higgins out there. Matter of fact, Daniel will end up where he started this race in the 14th spot. Justin Steves, Kevin Roy, as well as Cornelius Brown, Joe Stipe, Josh Small, Travis Farmer, Xavier Salgado, Willie B. Roberts. You got to feel for Stan Mayberry, fortunately out of this race earlier on. And then Matt Bryant rounding out our 24 driver field here tonight. Congrats once again to our front running podium finishers. Speaking of those podium finishers, we'll have their interviews real quick, just a few moments here on Fan Studio Network. Alrighty, Finnegan Myers. This is Sean Stam, Justin Yaw up here in the booth. Welcome here to Victory Lane. You got yourself a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Woo, boy. Finnegan, congratulations on the win here tonight. You led the most amount of laps. Kind of briefly walk us through what it was like there in the cockpit of the number 6 Ford Mustang. Was clean air the name of the game here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when you come, especially in the next gen, when you come to a track like Indianapolis, clean air is always going to be helpful. But our number 6, Quill Autosport, Holy City Brewing Ford Mustang, was so incredibly fast tonight. I think he could have put us at the back of the field. We would have driven our way up there by halfway. We were so good. Huge thank you to Jacob Quill for helping build this car and helping us out tonight. And once again, bringing an absolute missile. And we did a really good job with it tonight. Appreciate him.
Yeah, got you on rails here tonight. Matter of fact, looked like rocket fuel instead of Sunoco race fuel. Finnegan, are there any other shout outs or people who make this happen here tonight other than the setup shop?
Oh yeah, Battleborn Race, Clothing Co., like I said, Holy City Brewing, Kimura Motorsports, Detour Sunglasses, all the guys that make this possible. We had just had a really good car all night. We were short on fuel, everyone was, from the start of the race. So first run, just lift early, don't use a lot of brake, don't shift, and I was still managing the gap, and I was like, man, I really hope we can save enough fuel, and then I can really let loose. And then we got some cautions, and then the best thing you want to hear over the radio when you got a fast car is good till the end, run hard. And then as soon as we got that call, we drove off into the sunset.
That you did there, Finnegan. Congratulations on the race win. Real quick, before we send you off to hopefully not celebrate too hard, Yamentator, Justin, you got anything here for our race winner here tonight?
Good job, Finnegan. Way to keep it clean and green, man. You did a great job. Just make sure to hit your marks, and I'm sure you're going to have a target on your back going into next week.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you, Finnegan. Have a great rest of your night, man. With that being said, I believe we have the one, the only Charles Van Swick down there for our P2 interview. Charles, you got yourself a copy, man.
Yeah, I got you.
All righty, that GOAT Racing a diecast machine, number 41 Ford Mustang. You're going to bring it home P2 here tonight. Man, you're going to start where you finished. Was passing just that hard here tonight, or was that something I was just taking a little bit too much note of?
No, I mean, it's, I stayed in 5th, 80, I mean, I wasn't shifting until the end once I saw Kyler was starting to chop in my, gap there, and kind of miscalculated. I mean, Finnegan was going to win this race regardless, but, you know, when that caution came out to make it a one stop, my good education. I thought staying 5th because it's going to be close. He's going to be short. And then I looked down. I wasn't even paying attention because I was just gliding and going in and coming out. I was just making sure I didn't want to spin out or hit the wall. And then I looked down and I'm like, holy crap, I'm 6 laps to the good. Well, so that definitely, I guess when I was looking at it, I wasn't doing my math right. 2 + 2 was equaling like 1 for me, I guess. So yeah, I mean, it would have been closer. He still would have won. But like I said, I didn't start shifting until probably about 11 laps left once I saw that Kyler was knocking off about 2-3 tenths a lap with me staying in 5th. So then I put it back and started shifting. Probably, like I said, 11 laps left. But all in all, it was fun. Couple mixed strategies there. I know I was in the chat with Brandon. He did 2 tires. It was a 7 position gain there. For me, it wouldn't have mattered. I had to fill all the way up, so 2 tires wouldn't have, probably would have been worse if I would have did that. But and plus my left sides were getting cooked more than the right side, so go figure that one. So still can never figure this track out as easy and as difficult as it is. I struggle here, so P2 is good enough for me.
Good. It looks easy on the track, Matt, but it's tough to tackle here behind the wheel. But Charles, you're going to bring it home P2 real quick before we let you get going. Who are we shouting out to here, buddy, who makes it all possible?
I mean, you guys are putting the broadcast on.
Woohoo!
See, now I'm learning. I hesitate. I wait for the I wait for that. Brian and the admins, putting up with the, adult children, week in, week out, day in, day out, so good job keeping that together. And then obviously I was, Brandon and Justin Steves, I was in there with them and a couple other guys, Sipe and forgetting a couple other. But and then to my company, Goat Racing Diecast, being very, very busy. Got a conference call with a sponsor tomorrow. They want to run a 200 customs for Leland Honeyman. So I got a conference call tomorrow for that. So yeah, I'm getting a little busy with that, doing my best, learning the tricks of the trades. But you know, I got pre-orders, customs, new, previously owned collection, racing jackets, hats, Goat Racing Diecast merchandise. My drivers, who I sponsor, even got their own merch. Anything on the website, use Goat Racing 23 to get 5% off. And if you want the low seat RC cars, use Low Seat Goat to get $30 off retail. And yeah, that's it. And then, like I said, to the Goat Racing drivers I sponsor and the leagues I sponsor, you know, it's a reason why I keep getting on every night, or not every night, but 2-3 times a week.
Goodness, Charles, we appreciate all your contributions that go there behind the scenes, and congrats once again on the P2 finish as you continue to work your way back up through the point standings, I believe, within that top 3. Congratulations, Charles, once again. Have a great rest of your night, man.
All right, thanks, bud.
Alrighty, I believe Justin Yalmentator down there has the 24 himself. Kyler McCarthy, Justin, both of you got yourself a copy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got you.
Justin,
Well,
what did you
Kyler?
see here tonight from Kyler, our top 3 finishing the race where they started?
Well, Tyler, gonna bring it home P3, buddy. You know, Indy's such a tough place to run. You really gotta manage your race car. You know, anything you feel you get to do a little bit better, maybe carry into tomorrow night's race?
A little bit, yes and no. The only thing that plays a difference is the fuel strat. Obviously, tomorrow we've got a full fuel load, so we can go a little longer. So that'll help manage the fuel strat out, you know, for tomorrow. But I mean, the 6 had us covered. It was me and Charles basically racing for second all night. So shout out to the 6. Like I said, he had us covered. So
Yeah, it was a good race, man. You know, the pit strategy here, this place is so crazy with the pit lane how it is. You know, most people try to pull off right there in between 1 and 2, but you got to make sure to take that. We've seen you get up there close to the line. What were you trying to do with that action?
I knew when I did a mock qualifying run in practice, I knew trying to carry as much momentum out of there was going to be key, especially with me trying to cut into that devastator with Charles. And it definitely played a big part. It helped. And I guess Charles wasn't shifting. I didn't really shift the whole night up until about the last 2 or 3 laps. When I got down to about a second half, I kind of got the Tony Stewart, you know, here, kitty, 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 mind frame. And yeah. And just, you know, with that thing, you just ran out of time, ran out of laps. Was hoping to make that fuel strat, you know, run a little bit longer, to try and jump those guys, the 6 and the 41, with that caution that we came and pitted when they stayed out. I was hoping to be able to run anywhere from, like I said, 3 to 5 laps more, just try and, you know, either jump them or, you know, be within striking distance. But just didn't play out like that.
Kyler, you get another shot at tomorrow night. I believe we're going to wrap it up. Kyler, you got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, got to thank y'all for the broadcast. Brian, first and foremost, NitroSetupShop.com. If y'all don't have one, go get one. I keep proving week in and week out that these things are bad fast. A couple little minor adjustments that I made in practice definitely helped. Shout out to Brennan Poole for taking some time and working with me this week on this track and just making some fine adjustments with line and brake points and lift points and pickup points, stuff like that. Just fine little details that made a lot that hopefully I'll be able to carry in for tomorrow. Everybody that tuned in, Terry, everybody that tuned in on the broadcast, couldn't do without y'all week in and week out.
Kyler, we appreciate you racing with us here each and every week. I'm going to send it back up to Mr. Sean Stam.
Alrighty, Yalmentator, McCarthy, appreciate that. And Kyler, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight from one of the many of World Centers of Racing. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, at least the virtual track here tonight. Our top 3 belong to Finnegan Myers, Charles Van Schwick, as well as Kyler McCarthy. Congratulations to every single driver that competed and ran tonight, as well as, hey, I once again thanking every single one of you down there in the YouTube lands. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for joining us here tonight. Jaden Sanchez, Kyla McCarthy, Terry Stam. Oh, we got him. Hang on. Hang with it. I'm going to scroll up here. We got Travis Farmer in there with us earlier in as well. Third Musketeer, if you're still hanging around. Only 24 now after what was our biggest 34 viewers. Justin, you are a huge contributor to SSN yourself, as well as the man. You got to shout out the number 17 once again, Tyler Massey. He is a avid membership owner here on Stam Studio Network. He drives the affiliated paint scheme for Tyler Massey. He'll bring it home 17th position here tonight. Congrats to Tyler on the top 10 finish. Congrats once again every one of these top drivers here tonight. Every driver, you could say. Justin, thank you. I appreciate you joining me up here in the booth. Don't go anywhere though, at least until tomorrow, where we're gonna have Full Throttle Racing, Sim Racing Performance League live from the same track. Join the Yamentator and myself up here back into the booth tomorrow at the same time, same start time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then after that, going to the Apex Motor Club Sim Racing League live from the Charlotte Roval. Thank you so much, Justin, and thank you everybody who has hung around here live in YouTube land. Appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Until the next race, go ahead, take care, drive your virtual cars home here safe, and I will see you tomorrow night. Peace, everybody. Like, comment this puppy. Make sure you subscribe as well. I'll see you next time.